Hi students, in the last meeting we have known how to solve the quadratic equation. Today, in this meeting, we will learn how to sketch a quadratic graph and we will find the relationship between the quadratic equation and the quadratic graphs. In the last section, we will form a new quadratic equation with the given roots. We have known that the standard form of quadratic function is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And sometimes we have to change or to convert this form into the vertex form, which is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. H equals minus b over 2a and k equals to fh. Let's have a quadratic graph for y equals 2x squared minus 10x plus 12 using the vertex form. Here, a equals 2, b equals minus 10. H equals minus b over 2a equals minus 10 over 2 times 2. Simplifying this will give 5 over 2. And then we need to find the value of k, which means fh. Substituting the value of 5 over 2 to the original function will give that 2 times 5 over 2 squared minus 10 times 5 over 2 plus 12 or minus half. So the vertex form will be y equals 2 times x minus 5 over 2 squared minus half. In this case, we have x equals 5 over 2 as the axis of symmetry and 5 over 2, minus 1 over 2 is the vertex itself. The next step is to find the x-intercepts. X-intercept means that y equals 0. So, y equals 2 times x minus 5 over 2 squared minus half will be 2 times x minus 5 over 2 squared minus half equals 0. And here we get 2 times x minus 5 over 2 squared equals 1 over 2 or x minus 5 over 2 squared equals 1 over 4. Take a square root for both sides will give x minus 5 over 2 equals plus minus square root of 1 over 4 or x minus 5 over 2 equals plus minus 1 over 2. So it will give x equals 5 over 2 plus minus 1 over 2. So there are two possibilities of x will be x equals 3 or x equals 2. So we got 2 points here, 3, 0 or 2, 0. Now we are going to find the y-intercept. Y-intercept means that the value of x will be 0. So y equals 2 times x minus 5 over 2 squared minus half. Substitute the value of x equals 0 will give the result y equals 12. So we get the point 0, 12. Plot all the points we got and put the axis of symmetry. From the left to the right, have a smooth draw and that is the quadratic graphs. Remember that the quadratic graph is symmetrical. Try 6. Express y equals minus 2x squared plus 6x minus 5 in the form y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, where ah and k are constants. Hence, sketch the graph of y equals minus 2x squared plus 6x minus 5. From the question we have that y equals minus 2x squared plus 6x minus 5. A equals minus 2, b equals 6. So the value of h will be minus b over 2a or minus 6 over 2 times minus 2 and the result will be 3 over 2. The value of k or f 3 over 2 will be minus half. And then y equals minus 2 times x minus 3 over 2 squared minus half. And the vertex itself is 3 over 2, minus half. And the axis of symmetry is x equals 3 over 2. Now we find the x-intercept. Y equals 0. Minus 2 times x minus 3 over 2 squared minus half equals 0. Or minus 2 times x minus 3 over 2 squared equals 1 over 2. Or x minus 3 over 2 squared equals minus 1 over 4. It is impossible to have the square number will give the negative number. So there is no real roots or the graph doesn't have any x-intercept. So how to find the y-intercept? X equals 0. So y equals minus 2 times x minus 3 over 2 squared minus half. When we substitute the value of x equals 0, so y equals minus 5. So we got the point 0, minus 5. So plot all the points we got and the axis of symmetry. And from the left to the right side, we obtain this curve. From the questions we have solved, If A is larger than 0, the curve opens upward and it has minimum point. If A is smaller than 0, then the curve opens downward and it has maximum point. The x-intercepts in the quadratic graphs are the roots of the quadratic equation. If the discriminant is larger than 0, in the quadratic equation we will have two real roots. So in this graph we have two x-intercepts, both for open upwards or open downwards. If the discriminant equals 0, in the quadratic equation we will have two equal roots or two identical roots. In this graph we have only one x-intercept. What happens if the discriminant is smaller than 0? If the discriminant is smaller than 0, in the quadratic equation it has no any real root, or there is no x-intercept. If the curve opens upward, it means that the value of A is larger than 0, and the value of y will be always positive. If the curve opens downward, then the value of A will be smaller than 0, and the value of y will be always negative.
Try 8. If the expression x squared minus 6x plus c, where c is a constant, is positive for all values of x, find the range of values of c.
Suppose that y equals x squared minus 6x plus c. So here we get A equals 1, B equals minus 6, and C equals c. There are two requirements that y will be always positive. The first requirement is A must be greater than 0. So we have that A equals 1, which is greater than 0. It's okay. And the second requirement is B must be smaller than 0, or B squared minus 4AC smaller than 0. So minus 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times C smaller than 0, or 36 minus 4C smaller than 0, or 4C is larger than 36, or C is larger than 9. In the last lesson, we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Their roots are x1 and x2. If we change x1 by alpha and x2 by beta, if we add them together, alpha plus beta will be minus b over a, and alpha times beta will be c over a. To form the quadratic equation, we will have x squared minus the sum of the roots x plus the product of the roots equals 0.
Try 11. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation 4x squared plus 6x minus 9 equals 0, find the value of each of the following: A. Alpha plus beta. B. Alpha times beta.
In the question, we have 4x squared plus 6x minus 9 equals 0. So A equals 4, B equals 6, and C equals minus 9. Alpha plus beta equals minus b over a, or minus 6 over 4, or minus 3 over 2. Alpha times beta will be c over a, or minus 9 over 4.
Try 15. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation 3x squared plus 7x minus 1 equals 0, find the quadratic equation with the roots 2 alpha plus 5 and 2 beta plus 5.
In the question, we have 3x squared plus 7x minus 1 equals 0. A equals 3, B equals 7, and C equals minus 1. Alpha plus beta will be minus b over a, or minus 7 over 3. Alpha times beta will be c over a, or minus 1 over 3. The new roots are 2 alpha plus 5 and 2 beta plus 5. The sum of the new roots is 2 alpha plus 5 plus 2 beta plus 5 equals to 2 times alpha plus beta plus 10. Substitute the value of alpha plus beta will give the result 16 over 3. The product of the new roots 2 alpha plus 5 times 2 beta plus 5 will be 4 times alpha beta plus 10 times alpha plus beta plus 25. Substitute the value of alpha plus beta, and alpha times beta will give the result 1 over 3. So the new quadratic equation is x squared minus 16 over 3x plus 1 over 3 equals 0. Multiplying both sides by 3 will give 3x squared minus 16x plus 1 equals 0. Okay students, that's all for this lesson. Please rewatch this video if you haven't understood well, and don't forget to submit all your works in Edmodo on time. See you!